Good evening, fellow punchers. Mickey D back with you here at about 7:15 on, what evening is this evening? Tuesday evening. I'm mithered. I'm mithered in a good way though. You'll have to be easy with the wheelbars now because the ground is very mucky around the bus this evening. It rained a lot the last couple of hours, so you'll have to form an orderly queue and you can't bring them on if they're overweight. There's a gross weight limit on all buses, so we might have to call Brinks this evening and they can follow us behind. But a lucky day today. That's been threatened in a while to get the 3 out of 3. Nice prices too. Just fine. We can say that we were on a history maker today. It's the first winner for the King in his name. So we can always say that we were on just fine. Give a nice patient ride by Ryan Moore. He's very lucky for us in comparison with other jockeys. That's a lot of winners he has won for us this year. And he done the bizzo today and it drifted out. And actually I was getting a bit worried when it was on the drift. And I done a reverse forecast with the one there was money for. Actually that race was won last year by Pied Piper. And he was bought out of Gosden's yard then, and he made a decent hurler. You'd wonder would the second one be heading the same route? I wonder would the Christopher send it hurling, or would they sell it, or would they keep it on, or what? Just staying on sort of later, grand in the last couple of 100 yards, that stepping up to 2 miles might suit. But that's for them to decide. And Jeremy's Flame looked a bit iffy in the dip, but I knew after being 6th in the Blazers that he wouldn't be short of stamina coming up the hill at that distance, and that proved right. And then the hunch about Mead having the bumper winners, especially or the bumper runners, especially winning pint to pint. I used to watch that years ago, and especially with Jigginstown. He always has them fit. He told me a long time ago, about 20 years ago, that every horse he runs in a bumper, he expects them to win, and he wouldn't run them in a bumper unless he was not of that opinion. So it's something to keep in mind for being now on Christmas. Mead before Christmas, Mullins after. Well, that was years ago, but Mullins is the man as well. He had a good winner today as well. I know he had. But the last one actually, it was either going to be 3 for the bus or 3 for Cromwell. Gavin Cromwell, he's lucky for us as well. He's a lucky trainer. So I see by some of the comments there was a good bit of money made, and that's what it's all about. But we won't go mental. We'll buy stamps and put them into the post office. Shout out to Roy Harris. Must be from his brother Luke last night. I think it is. Roy, it's his birthday today. I think he got an early birthday present. He hit the double earlier on. I looked at some of the comments. I didn't have time to react or reply to them because I was too busy trying to get a couple of winners for tomorrow. So happy birthday, Roy. Roy is a rebel. He's down in Cork, so he could be singing the bangs tonight. Jack Brennan, first time on the bus, he hopped on today. And Sean Mullen, he's from Ballymote, Sligo. He put us on to a placed horse yesterday. I forgot to check. He put up on today, I think. Jessica Delaney was dressed to the hilt and she coming on the bus. Christina Davis gave us Gavin Cromwell's first one, Money Heist. That was the one I mentioned. I said last night, I answered her back and I said I was going to put up one of them, but I wasn't sure about the handbrake. That was the one. I want to see the money for coming today because it was a terrible race. And it was the only one with sort of hidden ability. From a couple of runs back that I was watching. But I'm glad some of you got on anyway. There's a free bar for an hour from 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock, and John Roberts is paying for it. He had a big day today. Somebody's maths was wrong. They were saying it was a 29 to 1 treble. If you took the odds last night and best guarantees odds, it was 83.5 to 1 treble, and it was 55 to 1 treble on the SPs. I've seen somebody putting down a 29 to 1 treble, so if you got the 29 to 1 treble, you didn't get the full odds. Sean Hawkwood as well put up one there, Big Easterbees yesterday, and one of them won again today, and he put it up, My Honeybee, at 6 o'clock, wasn't it? Good lad, Sean. Tom Dollard and Willie Lawless on the bus, and Patrick Hickey was coming on, and he was singing Listun Varna, Christy Moore belter. A shout out as well to Brendan O'Brien. I meant to do it before. He was the taxi driver that brought me from Listowel out to Fanoog on the Friday night. He was in for the night from Tralee. I think he actually he told me that he might have been going to Roscommon on the following Monday, that he had a share in a horse with Gordon Elliott, but it obviously wasn't declared. I was looking for it. I think there's something soldier. The memory is great. It was bad last night. I made a few errors. I called Sunday to Saturday, and I called the winner of the bumper. I gave it a wrong name. I think I called it Adorable Fury or something, and I made another boo-boo. And actually, I made a bigger boo-boo because I normally do a Trixie the night before with the 3 selections, and I didn't do it. But I had a good double, and I had them all singled. But I won't tell you a word of a lie. I did not do the Trixie and treble like I always do. Mine was wandering a bit last night. Pass no heed on me. Old timers on the bus know why that is. Tomorrow, we're not going giving the money away. These 3 books gave us luck last night. That's Kicking King, and that's Red Rum and Erkel behind me there. That's a neighbour bought me that 20 years ago when I moved into this house. The 240 at Nottingham tomorrow is mile 6. Fillies race. 6 declared. There's 5 3-year-olds in it, and there's 1 4-year-old. It was won by a 3-year-old last year. Night Sparkle for Simon Crisford is 5-2, 9-4 in that bracket, and he's flying it lately. Out of his last 30 runners, he had 8 winners and 9 places. That's 27%. It's a 3-year-old filly out postponed. It's now rated 80. It won off 76 the last time. It was the first time running at the trip. Andre Anzini was on it, and went out in front. Now got an easy lead, and that's the danger tomorrow in a smaller field that it might be pester for the leader. But if she got an easy lead like the last day, she stayed on well. That was in Haydock. I was impressed enough by it. Now, I'm not as confident about that as I would be about Just Fine today. I'm saying a pint win on that. She has run at Nottingham before. She ran twice actually. She was down the field on her first outing, and then she was third, I think, on her second run. But she'd have a squeak tomorrow, definitely. And then we're going to do something similar to today. We've got 2 wins in each way. The 7:30 is a Class 2 in Kempton. Class 2 is 6 furlongs, 8 declared. It's a tidy little race, this. But there's a Hershey in there that I backed a couple of times last spring on the turf in Navan Lazer by David Probert is writing it for Sabine Sarur, and it won in Kempton before. It's 2 for 3 in England. It was 0 for 4, I think, in Medan. It's 6-year-old and it's lightly raced. I'm trusting that the Boys in Blue will have this ready to rock tomorrow night. It's 4-1, a pint win. And then the 150 at Navan, I always look at the top weights in a nursery, and I had this sort of picked out as a future each way selection. Lazer Port, the top weight for the Slatteries. It broke last 2 runs back, but it made a good middle move in the race, and it finished 3rd. And it had no looking run in the last time in Down Royal. It's a 12-1 shot to paying 4 places, a pint each way on that. I'm 9 minutes waffling on. I was looking at Warrior Brave tomorrow as well, but he needs better ground, and I'm not sure about the rain. If in the event that it doesn't rain overnight too much, and that I do sort of half fancy in the morning, I'll put up in the description. But as of now, they're the 3 anyway. Anyway, the best luck to everyone that made a few pound today. That is all about. And fair play to the ones on the bus as well. It's absolutely rocking lately with the tips, and you're a great crowd, and long may it continue. Over and out. Bash the bookies.